Hello, my name is Ramen, and as Gearbox's newest shitshow draws closer to release, I figured I'd throw my 2 cents into the well and talk about it. Be warned, I'll be spoiling a few major things about the Borderlands series, so if you haven't played it or seen it yet, then you're a lying bag of shit. Borderlands 1 was a funky little looter-shooter gun rampage with funny characters, cool environments, and this giant beef stick that just punches the absolute fuck out of people. Borderlands 2 was an even bigger looter-shooter gun rampage with character development, bigger environments, and the beef stick again, except he's not a playable character this time, so boo! Borderlands the pre-sequel is fine, I guess. It sets up the story for the first 2 games, provides more context, and focuses on the actual good characters of the series. But here's what I'm worried about with Borderlands 3. The antagonist in 2 is a man called Handsome Jack. He's the owner of the Hyperion Corporation and also a giant arsehole. But you're Rocco Steele, so you love arseholes. A lot of shit goes down, he tries to kill you, you kill his girlfriend, he kills your friend's pet bird, then you kill his daughter, then he kills your friend, yada yada yada. Pretty standard family friendly story so far. Handy Jeff isn't just your typical villain, however. Well, I mean he is, but it started the paragraph off nicely, so let's roll with it. He isn't just some bloke that jumps out of your closet, slaps you in the face and nicks your last fag. He's written as a real person, with desires and aspirations and goals, and all of those words meant the exact same thing. He has a purpose in the story, and you have a legitimate reason to fight against him and his ideals. His writing isn't perfect, don't get me wrong, but it's really difficult to make a villain likeable in any form of media, otherwise you might genuinely annoy your audience if anything happens to the character. Which it does.
You are a bandit, and I am the goddamn hero!
Borderlands 2 saw the first instance of genuine, consistent and supported character development the franchise had ever seen, and the way that Harry John's character is written reflects so much on the comedy and charm the series is known for today. But too much of a good thing can be a negative, and that's what I want to talk about here. Handsome Josh left an astronomically sized crater on the planet of video game narrative, so much so that his personality and image consume the majority of how the series is perceived in the public eye, by gamers and non-gamers alike. Following up on such an incredibly unique villain isn't an easy thing to do at all, and Gearbox definitely knew this going into development. Gearbox understood that to make another successful game they had to build on their strengths, namely the witty writing and addictive just 5 more minutes gameplay. They also knew that this game wouldn't fly under the radar, and that they'd have a lot of eyes on them during the game's creation. Much like the characters in the world they themselves created, they knew that Handsome Jack's impact would never fade from history, and it'll take one fuck ton of work to make a villain as simultaneously evil yet endearing as him. Gearbox also knew that we knew that they knew that Handsome Jack was a character that would be hard to top, so it's a big circle of knowledge here. So given all of that, and taking on board that we know next to nothing about Borderlands 3's story, who's going to be the villain? Who's going to fill in the giant boots that Handsome Jack left? Who did Gearbox decide was going to carry the torch and live up to his name? These twats. Craig and Christine, the Calypso Twins. A tryhard twink and a Gen Z Twitch streamer, are you fucking serious? From what we understand about Borderlands 3's story, from the granted little we've seen of it, these obnoxious arseholes legitimately are Twitch streamers with the biggest reach across Pandora and supposedly other planets as well. They broadcast their bollocks across the Echo network and somehow gained millions of batshit insane followers who started a bloody cult around them. From a villain standpoint, it looks like we're playing a shitty Rage 2 DLC, but if they were going for realism then they fucking nailed it. It's a little underwhelming to say the least. Am I the only person that thinks that? I feel like the trailers already sucked the intrigue out with the twins, but from the pre-release gameplay, their dialogue was kinda terrible.
Gods don't negotiate!
At least compared to some of the gold from their other games, but it's called pre-release for a reason, so who knows what will change. I just honestly don't know what to say at this point, except we'll see how it all plays out on September 13th. I pre-ordered my copy on PS4 because the Epic Games Store can suck my big fat cock. Oh, look at us, we're Epic Games! Fuck off, Epic Games. Your company sounds like it was named by a 5-year-old with Down syndrome. But that's a video for another day. Also, I just realised this video will be a complete switcheroo from my normal content, but hey, I said I was going to try new things this year. If you ask me, the Calypso Twins have some pretty huge boots to fill. Handsome Jack was such an impressive and interesting character, and his presence really fleshed out the game's world and story, setting the stage for what else the franchise could bring down the line. But knowing that Gearbox were fully aware of this fills me with a decent amount of comfort. I mean, they've already flexed their muscles and we've seen what they're capable of. They all seem like okay folks. It's too bad they've got a CEO that runs around biting children and thinks 4 inches is average sized. But yeah, we can't really say anything until the game releases. You can bet come September there'll be plenty of B3 content on the channel. Honestly, I'm really excited to play it. When I first found out it was going to be an Epic release on PC, I immediately put my wallet away and had a big fat cry wank. But when my PC died, I picked up a PS4 to fill in the time. And what was the first thing I played? Amnesia. I mean, Borderlands 2. I ain't gonna lie to you, I haven't even finished the fucking game yet or even seen the ending. Like, does Jack actually die? Either way, I'd be really interested to hear what some of you think, not all of you. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let's have a little screaming match in the comments. For all intents and purposes, I don't think 3 is going to be a bad game. The graphics look better, you can slide and grapple now, it's all pretty epic Belle Delphine. However, in terms of the story, it's like Randy having a pissing match with an elephant that's got a bladder twice the size of his fucking ego. There's just too much piss, Randy. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to dislike it and report my channel. Wait, shit, I mean